Have you ever stopped to consider what could happen if the Earth's average temperature rose by just 1.5 degrees Celsius? This, my friends, is not a random number, but a critical threshold set by the Paris Agreement to limit global warming. Yet our planet is heating up at an alarming rate, with the possibility of crossing this boundary within the next 10 years looming large. The consequences of reaching this limit are not just theoretical, they are real, and they are happening now. Imagine a world where entire species disappear overnight, where our cities are submerged underwater and where severe weather events become the norm. In this world, biodiversity, the beautiful tapestry of life that makes our planet so unique, is under severe threat. With global warming nudging the temperature up by a seemingly minuscule 1.5 degrees Celsius annually, habitats are being altered beyond recognition. The Arctic, once a snowy expanse, is now a melting pot. Quite literally, polar bears, walruses, seals. The cold-adapted inhabitants of the region are finding themselves in a home that's disappearing under their feet. Forests, too, are not spared. Wildfires, fueled by hotter, drier conditions, are decimating our green lungs, taking with them countless species that call these forests their home. But the impact of global warming isn't confined to the land. Our oceans are feeling the heat too. As temperatures rise, polar ice caps and glaciers are melting at an unprecedented rate, causing sea levels to rise. This isn't a hypothetical scenario we're talking about. It's happening right now. Low-lying islands in the Pacific are slowly disappearing, swallowed by the sea. Coastal cities around the world, from Miami to Mumbai, are experiencing frequent and severe flooding. And then there are the extreme weather events: hurricanes, droughts, heat waves, blizzards. These aren't just meteorological terms anymore, they're becoming a part of our lived reality, disrupting lives, economies, and societies. They are a stark reminder that the Earth's climate system is intricately interconnected, and when we mess with one part of it, the ripple effects are felt across the globe. These aren't distant threats we're talking about, they are happening now. They are altering the face of our planet, threatening our very existence. The Earth as we know it is changing rapidly and irrevocably. This isn't an exaggeration or a pessimistic view of the future, it's the harsh reality that we must face head-on if we are to safeguard our planet for future generations. But global warming doesn't just affect the natural world, it affects us too. It's our homes that are being swallowed up by the rising sea levels, forcing us to pack up our lives and seek refuge elsewhere. And it's not just about losing our homes. It's also about the health risks that come with a hotter planet. We are seeing an increase in heat-related illnesses and deaths, and the spread of diseases that were once confined to tropical areas. Then there's the economic instability. As crops fail and water becomes scarce, livelihoods are destroyed. Prices skyrocket, making basic necessities a luxury for many. The cruel irony is that those who contribute the least to global warming are often the ones who suffer the most. The world's most vulnerable populations, those living in poverty, the elderly, children, they bear the brunt of our warming world. The cost of inaction is not just environmental, it's human. So what can you do to help? You might be wondering, well, there's much we can do. And it starts with the choices we make every day. First, we can reduce our carbon footprint. This means making an effort to use less energy in our homes, drive less and consume less. Simple actions like turning off lights when not in use, walking or biking instead of driving, and buying second-hand items instead of new ones can significantly reduce our carbon emissions. Another step we can take is to support renewable energy. This could mean installing solar panels, buying electricity from a green energy provider, or even investing in renewable energy companies. The more demand there is for clean energy, the more incentive there is for companies to produce it. But it's not just about individual actions. We also need to advocate for climate policy. This means voting for leaders who take climate change seriously, supporting legislation that aims to reduce carbon emissions, and speaking out against policies that harm the environment. Finally, it's crucial for us to critically examine our consumption habits. The products we buy, the food we eat, the way we travel, all of these have an impact on our planet. By making more environmentally friendly choices, we can help reduce the demand for resources that contribute to global warming. The time for action is now. We all have a role to play in combating global warming. Will you join the fight?